पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। स्थूल शरीराभिमानी जीवनामकं ब्रह्म प्रतिबिंबं भवति। स एव जीवः प्रकृत्या स्वस्मात् ईश्वरं भिन्नत्वेन जानाति। The meaning is the reflection of the Brahman which identify itself with gross body is called Jiva. This Jiva by nature takes Ishvara to different from himself. In last session, we discussed about gross body, subtlest and biggest. All our bodies made of by 5 great elements. Today's topic is consciousness. Very important topic, consciousness. Tattvabodha try to understand. Shankaracharya are trying to understand this topic. What is consciousness? Soul, Brahman, Atman. We all are self-realized. Not only self-realized, we are more than self-realized. So, Tattvabodha start to understand here. Shankaracharya says, you know yourself. You know self, but not only self. You know self plus something. So you are greater than self-realized. This is a mistake. And this mistake has to be removed. So today's topic is consciousness. Now what happened? To understand this topic, consciousness, Tattvabodha starts with consciousness first becomes in two. We call it Jiva and Ishvara. Jiva and Ishvara. First there was only consciousness, then it becomes two. We create differentiation in consciousness. One is Ishvara, another is Jiva. So understand one by one. Topic is very serious. What is Jiva? First thing is, what is Jiva? As we discussed, and here Brahma Pratibimba Tattva says, Brahma Pratibimba, the reflection of the consciousness. The reflection of the consciousness, where in inner instrument. So Brahman reflects inner instrument. So this reflection called Jiva. We can call it individual soul. We can call it conditioned by body. Individual self, he is conditioned by the body because of avidya. So consciousness becomes Jiva. This is the Jiva. And this Jiva, now we can give a name, Jiva, individual soul, limited, conditioned, so many names, but the sense is Jiva. This is also consciousness, but reflected consciousness. Now, this reflection of the consciousness, it identifies itself too with the body, with the inner instrument. It identifies itself with inner instrument. And then, because it is controlled by the avidya, it is controlled by the avidya. So, if this Jiva understands, he knows that I am separate, God is separate. Because in Tattvode, by nature means, because its nature is avidya, ignorance. So by ignorance, he understands that I am separate and God is separate. It identifies itself with inner instrument. Then he started believing that I am the body, I am the body. So then this identification more expands, not only subtle body, it started believing that I am gross body. So first he started identification with gross subtle body, then gross body. And when one gross body died, he gets another body. And he started again identification with this body. So different time, the consciousness, reflected consciousness identify itself with the gross body. He becomes happy with another body also, started enjoying. So experience of the life always continues. Now question, what is life? Life is experience of series. We have good experience, we have bad experience, enjoy everything. When gross body dies, we take another body. Life does not end. So first, our identification is with subtle body, then gross body, and then our action also. Then I am doer. This identification expands in the outer world also. And this jiva, when identified with gross body, he started, I am poor, I am body, I was born, my birth date is so and so, I am young, childhood, so many thoughts, whichever happens in the gross body, it takes it with himself because of identification. And as a result, he becomes weaker, incomplete, fearful, incapable, dependent on the body. So this is a jiva, which is bounded, limited, and controlled by avidya. Now another question is, why are jivas so many? Why are the jivas so many? The answer is because of body, because of condition, because of avidya, ignorance. Ignorance, avidya has different levels. Its levels are so different. Every person, every individual has its special ignorance. Ignorance is not common. Every person has its own special, very special ignorance. Some are intelligent, some more intelligent, some dull, dumb. It all happens because of avidya. So avidya has different levels. That is why, if you want to go away from avidya, you have to remove yourself, your avidya, your ignorance. So avidya has so much levels. Your own level, Shankaracharya, other rishis, They removed their ignorance. So you can also remove your ignorance. Achieve to knowledge. So this condition is I am Jiva because of avidya. There are so many levels of ignorance. That is why there are so many innumerable Jiva. Now, we think about what is Ishvara? What is Ishvara? Opposite of Jiva. Avidya, Jiva is controlled by avidya. What with Ishvara condition is very different, opposite. Jiva's condition is avidya. Ishwar's condition is Maya. So first understand difference. What is the difference in conditions? Jiva has condition as a condition, it's called avidya. And avidya control to Jiva. Ishwar has condition as a condition Maya. And Ishwar the controller of the Maya. Ishwar the master. So first thing, Ishwar is birthless, deathless, beyond time, space, complete, perfect, omnipresent. Ishwar has all powers, just opposite Jiva. So just opposite. Jiva is miserable, Ishwar is in blissful state. Ishwar is the controller of the Maya. Now, understood to try. Topics here some serious. Super consciousness, supreme consciousness reflects in two ways. In avidya and in Maya. The reflection in avidya by avidya is called Jiva. Reflection in Maya is called Ishvara. So Ishwar is the reflection in Maya, but Ishwar is the controller. Because Ishwar never forgets his nature. Whatever condition come and go. Whatever condition come and go, Ishwar never forget his nature. God is not affected by any condition. God can take any form. He may take fish form, pig, half-lion, turtle, human being, so many incarnations. But God never forgets his nature. I am the God. He always remembers that I am not limited by any form, any condition. Condition is accepted by God. It is my child. That is why God is always controller of the Maya. We give a name to God. We call it Achyuta. Achyuta. Very meaningful name. Achyuta means that one who is always remember his nature. One who never forgets his nature, his reality. So condition is not any foundation for him. Condition does not make any difference to him. Maya does not make God deluded. God acts like actors. Play a role of a beggar. He can play. Suppose there is an actor who play a role for a beggar. He begs in the street some money, some food, something. He cries, he weeps. He's doing everything as beggars do. But inside, he's very happy. He's very satisfied. I played very good role. But inside, I am not beggar. He remember always as his reality. He's a rich man. He's not beggar. Same time, same. God also for enjoyment, for lila, he also does. He can take any form. He may appear like a beggar. In Purana, you have heard God has taken a incarnation of Brahman for begging. Only purpose was begging. He went to a King Bali for begging. He was beggar. But inside he know I am the God of all cosmos. So beggar's feeling does not affect him. He enjoys it. He can enjoy his state of beggarness because he did not forget his godliness. He always remember I am the God. Now I remember a story. Someone says that a story good, so one story must be in class. So I remember one story in our scripture, a very beautiful story. Once it happened after Mahabharata war, Lord Sri Krishna was going to Dwarka by a desert, Rajasthan. That time, the life was very tough. There, no water, no greenery, no plants, no tree, nothing. Very tough life. There was a rishi. His name was Utank. Utank. He was there. When Krishna was passing through that area, Krishna thought we should go to Rishi and take his blessing. And he went to Utank. Rishi became very happy. Very happy. He respected Lord Sri Krishna. So after having done everything, they were sitting. Rishi asked Krishna, From where are you coming? I do not know what is happening in the world. And I'm not interested in the world. I'm very busy in my spiritual practice. So from where are you coming and where are you going? Sri Krishna said, I'm coming from Hastinapur. So Rishi immediately excited. Hastinapur, very important place. What about Kauravas and Pandavas? What about them? Bhishma, Dronacharya? Because everyone had interest that time in Mahabharata. Even Rishi also, even gods also, Sri Krishna also had so much interest in Hastinapur. So Rishi said, what happened? Sri Krishna said, Rishi, I am coming from Hastinapur. The Kaurava have been killed. Duryodhana become the king of Hastinapur. Now I am going to Dwarka. Suddenly, the Rishi Uttank becomes so angry. So angry. Immediately, he changed, totally changed. He was so quiet. But immediately he becomes so angry. He said, Krishna, I curse you. This Mahabharata war you did. You are the responsible. Only you are the responsible for this war. This war could have avoided, stopped, but you did not. So you are the responsible only person, or because of this war, there so many people died. So warriors like Bhishma, Dronacharya, there are so many, a great personality had died. So I curse you. Lord Sri Krishna smiled and said, Rishi, no one can curse me. No one insult me. No anyone can defeat me. Even though someone had unlimited divine powers. You have been doing very hard penance since your childhood. I know. You have divine powers also. You can curse. You can curse anyone. You can give boons anyone, but not me. You can curse only Jiva, not God. You can waste your divine powers, but you cannot insult me. So no one can curse me unless if I want for Leela, for enjoyment. If someone curses me and I accept it for Leela, yes, I am ready, then it's okay. But not forcefully. Not forcefully. Because I am the God. I am above all sins and merit. I am the master of the Maya. No one can punish me. No one can insult me. I am the God. So this is the godliness. And this is not arrogant. This is self-remembering. Who am I? Achyutami, who always remember his nature. So God is God because he always remember his nature. Maya does not affect in any condition. So this is Jiva and this is Ishvara. Now go to book. स्थूल शरीराभिमानी जीव नामकं ब्रह्म प्रतिबिंबं भवति स जीवा प्रकृत्या तस्मात् ईश्वरं भिन्नत्वेन जानाति अविद्या उपाधि सन् आत्मा जीवा उच्यते. नेक्स्ट वन. अविद्या उपाधि सन् आत्मा जीवा उच्यते. द कॉन्शियसनेस आत्मा conditioned by avidya is called jiva. This is the definition of jiva. Jiva means when condition is avidya, the consciousness conditioned by avidya is called jiva. And the next one also, mayopadishan ishara iti uchyate. The awareness, the consciousness conditioned by maya is called ishara. So first difference is condition. Jiv's condition is avidya, Ishwar condition has as maya. Now, in first, prakrit sa jiva prakritya swasmat Ishwaram bhinnatvena janati. So there is two consciousness. One is Ishwar, another is Jiva. Okay. Jiva and Ishwara. Very different. So because of avidya, here written prakritya so prakritya jivaha Ishwaram bhinnattvena janati. Now understand. Jiva means individual soul has strong perception by nature, by ignorance, that I am not God. I am not God. I am limited. I am bounded. I am miserable. I will die. I was born. So God is very different from me. I am very different from God. This strong perception because of his ignorance. They are not two. But due to ignorance, he understands that, he knows that I am very different. I am Jiva and Ishvara is the great. I am not Ishvara. Bhinnattvena janati, I am different. Ishvara is different. That's all. This knowledge, this perception, because of his nature, because of ignorance, and this perception becomes more strong when get some support from some religious system. Understand? By nature, we have a perception that I am not God. I am limited. I was born. I will die. I am Jiva. God is omnipresent. I am here. Only this body. So this concept I am very different from God. God is very different from me. This concept is by birth, by ignoring, not by any spiritual practice. But this concept becomes more strong. Then we get some supports, some spiritual practices, some religious theories who believe in dualism. This is a very big issue. This is a very big problem. This we know by birth, by ignorance. I am the different, God is different. But when we get support from religious system, some philosophy, then this concept become more strong. I was right. Because religion also says this, philosophy also says this. So then I become more strong with this perception. I am the different, God is different. Who believe in dualism? Some religious system, some philosophies, they always say, you are individual soul. You are jiva. You are limited. You never become God. You may go near God. You may live with God. You may enjoy happiness with God. You can go Kailash, Vaikuntha, Swarg, seven heaven, anywhere. But you are not God. This concept we have by birth, by ignorance. So nothing is different. They are also saying same thing. Same thing they are repeatedly saying that you are the jiva, you are the wounded, you are the miserable, you are sinner. Same thing they are repeating. That is why the dualism give us some happiness. We become more strong that I am jiva, I am not God. So this is a very big problem. And not only one philosophy, one religion system, all over the world, there are so many religious systems, so many philosophies. They all teach us you are different from the God. You are not God. You may be his part. You may be like God, but you are not God. There are all philosophies, all religions. So they say you do practice of spirituality. But remember one thing, you are not God. You are unlimited. So your happiness may be limited because you are limited. Your bliss also would be limited. You are not unlimited. So you will not have anything unlimited. They always teach us. Only Vedanta tells us about this reality. No, you are not different from the God. Change your perception. Only Vedanta says the truth about you and about God. That is why we call it Advaitism, non-duality. Other spiritual practice, of course, we need for purification of the mind. We need spirituality, religious, rituals, japa, everything we require for purification of the mind. But when you want to understand reality, you have to study the Vedanta. Your reality and reality of the gods, only Vedanta can reveal. Now comes Vedanta. Here, consciousness conditioned by avidya called jiva, the consciousness conditioned by maya called Ishvara. So Vedanta says, what is reality, your and God's? There is no difference. You and God's. Difference is only medium. All other. So very, very important the part of this book. All philosophies teach us you are different. You are limited. You may be great. You may go heaven. Enjoy there. But Vedanta takes next step. He tells your reality and reality of the God. Vedanta says no. As we discussed in last session, all objects are made by 5 great elements. Their shape may be different, but material is the same. So in consciousness level, your medium and medium of the gods is different. Your medium is avidya. The medium of the God is maya. So God experiences things through maya. And we experience things through avidya. So our medium is different. Here in the book, Jiva Prakritya Swasmat Ishwaram Bhinnattvena Janati. This Jiva Prakritya by ignorance, Ishwaram Bhinnattvena Janati. He knows God are different. I am the different. Avidya Upadisan Atma Jiva Uchyate, Maya Upadisan Ishvara Uchyate. Vedanta tells us where the difference. Only difference is in the medium, agents. You are also consciousness. God also is consciousness. The medium is avidya and maya. So agencies are different. Conditions are different. But experiencer is not different. experiencer as in one single body, there is a one experiencer, you. Sometimes your condition is, your medium is ear. Then you can listen. Your condition is nose. You can smell. Your condition is touch, skin. Then you can touch. But inside, experiencer is one. There are different experiences because of medium, because of agency. Experiencer is one. So, Vedanta tells us the condition of the God is Maya. God experiences all things through Maya. That is why he is a God. And Jiva experiences all objects through avidya. But experiencer is the same. Experiencer is not different. We can take one more example, like electricity. Electricity is an energy. When we connect it with heater, it started giving heating. When we connect with it cooler, it produces cooling. Electricity is the same. Different results comes because of different attachment, different devices, not because of electricity. Same. Consciousness is the same. As a God, the same consciousness. As a Jiva, the same consciousness. So consciousness is not different. Only Vedanta can tell this thing. Only Vedanta can tell these things. No other philosophy, other religion. So Vedanta says, Ishwar and God. Ishwar, God, and Jiva, we know difference because of avidya. You have to remove your ignorance. And do you remember that in the last session, I gave you example. I gave example about Sanakadi Rishi and the incarnation of Lord as a Hansa, swan. That time, Brahmaji asked, who are you? Then God replied, this question is not valid. Your question is wrong because it can be replied in two aspects. One is body level. So body is our same, created by 5 elements. Now, the next was in consciousness level. So God said, your consciousness and my consciousness is also same. My consciousness and your consciousness is not two consciousness. Consciousness is the same. So this question is not good for this angle also, this ground also. Because consciousness is the same. So God said, your question is not proper, not good. Your question is wrong in any level. So last session we discussed about body level. This session we have taken and consciousness level. So everybody, not only human beings, creatures, living animals, living creatures, even God, wherever is consciousness is the same. Is not, there is no difference. But by ignorance, we understand that I am different and God is different. Amaya upadi san Ishvara iti uchyate. Now the question is, if we understand wrong way to consciousness, if we understand wrong way the consciousness, what is the harm? And if we know correct way, what is the good? So this is the question. Tattvabodh in Shankaracharya says, Tattvabodha एवं उपाधि भेदा जीवेश्वर भेद दृष्टि यावत् पर्यंतम तिष्ठति तावत् पर्यंतम जन्म मरणादि रूप संसारो न निवर्तते. This thought we will take next session. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.